All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we've got some info about the upcoming live broadcast for the 10th anniversary year. So this is basically going to go over the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest, as well as some other information that, Omatsu and the team are planning to put out here. Hopefully some stuff, regarding the upcoming 11th anniversary, hopefully some, stuff about the new game mode and maybe other little things kind of sprinkled out throughout in here, kind of going over everything that happened over this past year and what they have planned for the game moving forward. But I think the biggest thing that we are looking forward to from this is going to be the hopeful reveal of what the new Dual Dokkan Fest characters are going to be for New Year's. So this right here, it says it's starting on the 25th, so on Christmas at 1:30 a.m. PST. So for me, on the East Coast, that's going to be at 4:30 a.m., which is going to be very, very rough. But I will be in seat watching this premiere, recording my reactions and then getting everything posted for you guys here. I don't really do live stream stuff, but once I kind of figure that out, we'll start doing stuff like that too. Be a little bit more fun, I think. A little more fun, a little more engaging, but I will be doing a live reaction to this stream. So basically what they do in here, they basically talked about it. This is in-game news at this point, saying that the broadcast is going to premiere on the 25th on Christmas, that morning, 01:30 or 04:30, or just depending on where you live, you can kind of do the time math there. They talk about everything in here. So the MC is going to be right here. Omatsu will be back, so he is going to be here. So he is still live. He is still running the show. He will be in attendance. And they do have the link in there as well that leads right to this. If you go to this link, it will be in here. There will be a waiting room. It'll show you exactly down here in the left-hand corner. It'll show you exactly what time this starts for you. So if you don't want to do the time math, if you are not sure, this right here will go ahead and let you know, hey, this is the time that it's going to be starting for you in your region, right? So about this, right? We did do this last year. They had a producer's letter on the 23rd of last year, and then the actual celebration did start on the 26th. So they kind of went over, they introduced the new Dual Dokkan Fest characters, which ended up being the Super Saiyan Goku and Glorio, which is fantastic choices, I would say. But they went ahead and did that, they dropped, and these guys were very, very good, right? And New Year's is always usually a pairing, right? It's always a Dual Dokkan Fest, but it's always a pairing of characters that work really well together. We did make a video earlier today, kind of going over what units I think we could possibly see, going over each saga and talking about who I think the likely candidates from each one would be for a New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. There is a theory floating around right now that I did not talk about because I'd only just really heard it after I finished recording the video, was posting it and everything. And then I started hearing this crazy theory that I think could hold some weight. Basically, it has to do with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, I don't know if you guys have already heard this yet, but there is a theory floating around that every other year around New Year's, we get some sort of Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Now, of course, I made sure to do my due diligence and went back looking through the Super Saiyan 3 category on the JP side, of course, because that was the, official timeline. That's the main part of the game, right? The main section of the game. So I went through on the JP side and pulled up Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. Now, starting all the way back in 2015, December 30th, 2015. So basically New Year's, we had a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? He's now had his Super Easy A. He's, he was pretty good on the Super Easy A. I do still kind of like this character. I know a lot of people don't, but I think he's still fine. If you jump forward to 2017, December 19th, a little more off, right? Not quite New Year's, but it was a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, 2 years later. Then if we jump another 2 years ahead, 2019, December 25th, you had the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, who did transform into Super Saiyan 3. You know, dude, the pattern's holding up here. You jump forward 2 more years. 2021, December 27th, another Super Saiyan 2 Goku, who did transform into Super Saiyan 3. Then you look 2 years ago, the 2023, December 27th, Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Dude, it's there. And Dokkan does these, man. Dokkan does these patterns, and sometimes they can veer off of them. And, you know, like they did with like the Ultimate Gohan and Power Awaken Piccolo, right? Usually always the New Year's is a dual Dokkan Fest TURs. They veered off there and they went LRs. It was a special occasion, but they are known to do this every now and then, where they have these little patterns kind of thrown in here that maybe you didn't really notice until you start really digging. And then they are obviously able to go off of these and kind of go off the rails. But this one's a little too specific for me to really not look into. So I had to dig into it. And sure enough, every other year for New Year's or right around, we get a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So we could be seeing Super Saiyan 3 Goku be part of a New Year's dual Dokkan Fest. And I think that's fine. I think that's a good pick. I mean, if we look at like the Super Saiyan 3 category, it's not that great. So, I mean, the most recent Super Saiyan 3 we got was what? Daima Vegeta, you know, and then obviously like in the actual anniversary, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he was more appealing for Super Saiyan 4, let's be honest. So Vegeta here being the most recent Super Saiyan 3, that's actually insane. And then before that, you know, before him, because like I said, I count him more as Super Saiyan 4. Before that, the most recent release was this guy here, who was part of Golden Week in 2024. So just last year, he was the Golden Week character paired up with Majin Buu. So I don't think this version of Goku is one we will see, but I'm not discounting it. Now, I have pulled up a few different ones that I think we could possibly see. You know, pretty much almost every iteration of Goku that I think would be a possibility. You know, I do have him pulled up because he is, at this point, over a year old. And then I guess the Hurugard one could, you know, because he's featured in here, and then he was the previous Super Saiyan 3 for New Year's. So, you know, he's always an option, man. They could do him. I don't think they will, but they could. I think they're going to choose a different kind of Super Saiyan 3 at this point, right? Do I need to say more? Does this not just like scream it to you? Super Saiyan 3 Daima Mini Goku, dude. He is the final mini form that we are missing, right? We have the mini Super Saiyan Goku. We have mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. We now have mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We're just missing mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then we can really move into the big boys, hopefully for anniversary, right? Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Let's make it happen, dude. A Daima featured New Year's into a Daima featured anniversary would make me so happy. I know there's probably people out there that would absolutely hate that, but I would love it so much because of how much they really just waited on the Daima stuff. Dude, if they want to start pushing this stuff out, I'm all for it, man. I'm game. Let this boy be the New Year's dual Dokkan Fest, but who would he pair with, right? Because we already have Goma, right? In this moment, that's who he's fighting. They're fighting against Goma. Dude, you can easily do something like this, man. You want to keep it Super Saiyan 3? You got mini Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Put in the quote-unquote Super Saiyan 3 Majin Buu. I mean, I think that'd be pretty tight, man. I think that'd be a cool, like, funny dual Dokkan Fest that I think a lot of people would really like. You know, one of the ideas I did have in my earlier video going over possibilities was a Majin Buu and Majin Buu. So, I mean, this would kind of keep that theory alive, in a sense. But you pair him up with a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, dude, I think that'd be so cool. I think this would be so awesome to see this kind of happen. Obviously, we could also have the adult form because they all haven't been adult forms, even though we haven't really had the mini before now. But an adult Super Saiyan 3 Goku, I would love to see this, but my fear is that they do this and then have a transformation into the Super Saiyan 4, which I want like an anniversary style thing. I want Super Saiyan 4 Goku to be anniversary, right? I don't think we'll see adult Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think if we were to see an adult Super Saiyan 3 at this point, it'd be Vegeta, but I do also hope that he is also an anniversary unit. And the trend here has been Super Saiyan 3 Gokus, right? Not really Vegetas. They've all been Gokus. So I think this would be the funniest and greatest like dual Dokkan Fest they could possibly do. A couple other ones I pulled up. I mean, obviously there is, he goes Super Saiyan 3 against Beerus. Could we get a Beerus, a Hakai Beerus, or something like that? It doesn't have to be the exact one that fought him, right? But some kind of Beerus, and then maybe Super Saiyan 3 Goku, just from this quick moment, this quick fight that they had. You'd call it a fight, really. I wouldn't call it a fight. But this exchange, this moment that they did have on King Kai's planet, this is an option here we could see. Obviously, like I said, I'm not going to discount it. This was the first reveal of the Super Saiyan 3 form in Dragon Ball Z, right? Him versus Majin Buu. Now you could do this against Kid Buu, even though we did technically already have that with this character, right? This was a New Year's character. Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan 3, and the counterpart was Kid Buu. I don't think we'll see that exact matchup again, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for me to do this. They just did this for Golden Week with him versus Fat Buu, so I don't think that this is going to be the option here. But I couldn't help but kind of throw it in. Another one, I mean, he technically shows off the Super Saiyan 3 form in the Tournament of Power. This is here. This is very unlikely, but he does show this off. So to say I completely discount this is not off the table, but I think that this is a very unlikely point in which we could see a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Honestly, in my opinion, it's this. If they are going to do a Super Saiyan 3 Goku, if they are going to keep this trend going, it has to be this one. Like, there's no other new super hyped Super Saiyan 3 you could do, right? I mean, other Super Saiyan 3s we recently got, I mean, he goes Super Saiyan 3 briefly in his super attacks for, you know, the anniversary cards, the Tech and the AGL one. He briefly does that. I think those are like the most recent ones. Yeah, I mean, off the top of my head, those are really the ones I can think of. I don't know of any other Super Saiyan 3 Gokus that we could really see other than Daima, Mini Daima. And like I said, it's the last mini form that we are truly missing. So, I mean, dude, do it. I think this is the most likely, if they are going to keep this Super Saiyan 3 format. I think this would be the coolest if they were to do him paired up with like someone. If they did like him and then they had to pair up with someone, I think this Super Saiyan 3 Majin Buu would be so funny and so cool, man. This is what I hope for. I think this would be awesome if they did keep the Super Saiyan 3 trend, but I guess we'll find out here in just a couple days. So, like I said, remember, the live stream is going to premiere here in 3 days' time, 4:30 a.m. EST. We will have the new units announced, right? I think they should show us animations and all that stuff too. I believe they did for like this last producer's letter. They did show us like the animations of Glorio and of Super Saiyan Goku. So I would expect that we'll see all the animations and everything here. Probably not the kits, right? I think they're going to say that for the Twitter announcement maybe a couple days later. And then I would expect that these guys will be live in-game on the 29th, if not like late the 28th, right? At the latest. Just because of the way the days fall, right? The holidays and the weekends kind of throw things off a little bit. So the 29th being the Monday, I think that's the day we would really see him or whoever it is they drop So yeah, I mean, in here too, let's just make sure, like, they talk about new character in this. This is something I didn't really talk about. So this is, they say new character. So a lot of people sort of getting really freaked out that maybe there's only going to be one character here. But if you actually go into here, they do talk about, they say new characters, plural. Just so we knock that out for you know, if you stuck around to the end of this video and you were a little worried about this, they do say new characters. So it is going to be a dual Dokkan Fest. Just saying. If you guys did stick around to this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys are hoping to see from this live broadcast on the 25th on Christmas. Will you guys be there when this goes live, or are you going to wait and kind of watch it later? You know, maybe spend a little bit more time with your family. It is Christmas, you know, take a little break, you know, enjoy some time, enjoy some downtime, and then come back and watch this and figure out kind of what's going on. But like I said, I will be here for this. You know, I won't be live because 4:30 a.m. Be honest, my daughter's sleeping. So honestly, I probably should wait till she wakes up, because I might be yelling if it's something really cool. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna be really cool. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to this and what you want to see come out of it. What do you guys think of the Super Saiyan 3 theory? Do you think it has some weight to it? And do you think maybe we could see something of that caliber, or are you expecting something else? Let me know in the comments below what you want to see and what you are expecting to see. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!